I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello, and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy little Monday. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. We had a beautiful weather. So nice. So nice.
Did you go to the fair?
Rocco and Panda ended up going to the fair. They went on Friday. So I was going to go back yesterday, but I was too busy antique shopping in Fort Lauderdale.
Which is so fun. I love antique shopping.
I saw so much crap you would have loved yesterday. Oh my gosh. Do you know about the antique mall in Broward?
I do know about that, yeah.
It is next level. Knick-knack, paddywhack.
Now, I've not been in a min, but I would love to go back.
Not really what I was looking for, because I was looking for furniture.
Okay.
But if you're looking for collectibles, memorabilia, tchotchkes,
Yes.
jewelry, art, sculpture, stuff like that, there's so much of it. I was looking for like a big piece.
I think that's been around for a long time.
It looks like it's been around since 1960.
I was going to say,
They haven't done a damn update to the building since.
I think the last time I was there, if I'm thinking of the right place, was in the 90s.
It's the festival flea market space.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's a big, huge antique mall space. And there's a lot of cool stuff in there, just not what I was looking for.
Okay.
You weren't looking for dinosaur statues?
I was not.
Sounds like you had a great time in Lauderdale, though.
I did. I enjoyed myself. That extreme action sports park where Evelyn, our traffic girl, did her boxing match on Friday night. That place was freaking cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a lot to do there.
It's like bowling, it's ice skating, it's laser tag, it's escape rooms, it's mini golf, it's ropes course in the sky above this gigantic arcade, on top of being a place where there was a boxing match.
How did the fight go? Did she won?
She won. It was a judge's decision, so nobody knocked anybody out, but it was a unanimous judge's decision in her favor.
So she beat that ass for rounds on rounds.
She did. She dominated, but it wasn't like she knocked her out. You know, this girl was putting up a good fight. So Evelyn went through it, took a lot of hits, gave even more hits, and she's down the hall doing traffic this morning.
Yeah.
Like, if I would have taken a tenth of the hits that she took, I'd be calling in sick today.
I don't know. You gave birth, and you were here on a Monday. You gave birth on a Saturday.
That's true.
You were here on a
She took
Monday.
hits to the face.
You took hits to the.
That's just one hit to the vagina.
You took hits to the vagina.
Yeah, it was like you went with Mike Tyson with a few vagina punches.
Yeah, I think that's speed bag that time.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
She's just next level. I'm impressed with Evelyn.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Look, they both have their charm.
Yeah. One person texted in, they said, the antique mall is where my engagement ring is from. I picked it out when my fiance and I were looking for furniture, and then my now husband went back same day and bought it.
I love it.
Smart. Yeah, that's cool.
They have a lot of stuff. Now, some of it's priced by the vendor. So you'll walk into a little booth and you'll be like, this person's on crack if they think anybody is going to pay that for that.
Yeah.
Well, you know who has that kind of energy? Etsy. Etsy people really feel themselves, oh, that'll be $150 for an eyeball they made. No.
Yeah.
It's a little, it's all over the place with the pricing, but I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed looking at all the fun stuff. There definitely was a wide variety from crap to treasure.
Did you get to Las Olas at all?
I did not get to Las Olas.
Okay.
I didn't. I went to so many different antique places, and I hit the Peter Pan Diner and had to experience that. But
Okay.
I ran out of time.
Yeah, I hear you. There's too much to do. I know there's a few new places that open up on Las Olas. Was curious if you. Got
I
a chance to
love
hit it.
Las Olas.
Yeah, it's great.
I would like to spend a whole day on Las Olas.
It's really cozy. The Riverwalk right there, where my wife and I would stay at my daughter's apartment, which is was right down there.
It's gorgeous.
Right on the new river. Yeah, it's a great little walk right up through there. So yeah, we try to get there frequently to check, see what's going on. They got a lot of good places, starting at Moxie's, and you can bar hop all the way down, baby.
Woohoo.
Just keep on going. There's some emails and comments about the Grammy Awards last night, music's biggest night. I guess that's what means everything. If you win a Grammy Award, you're in a special club that puts you at a different level. Talked a little bit earlier about Kanye West and his wife showing up and just how she looks like she is a prisoner of his. And she drops her black fur coat and is naked underneath. He's fully clothed. There's no embarrassment for him at all. And
She's just a showpiece, it looks like.
it's just a weird thing.
And it's a weird thing to watch because they're not on equal footing, and you just feel bad for her, and you're like, I hope she's getting what she wants out of this.
I'm hoping these ideas are hers. I doubt they are. I'm hoping that she's fully encouraged and is like, yeah, that's a great idea, Kanye. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
It's got pet vibes. Hey, here's my pet.
Yes.
Let me go out here, and here's what I'm doing with my pet now.
Like any minute, he's going to have her on a leash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah. So that was one of the weird things. One thing we didn't even mention today, somebody said, why was Jaden Smith wearing a house on his head?
Yes, what was that about?
I don't know. That was odd. I mean, look, I think he tries to be out there on purpose.
Fashion.
But, the one thing about it was people were like, he had not only the house on his head, but he looked sad. As he was doing it. That's what people were getting. It's almost like he had lost a bet or somebody made him do it. I don't think that was the case, but that was just why people were like, that kid it's like he's lost his soul. His eyes look soulless.
Maybe
He
the
looks
house
sad.
was heavy.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe you
know.
thought it'd be a good idea.
Right.
Like one time I took my friends to Mardi Gras and they ordered the biggest headpiece with ram, antlers on it. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, why would you ever buy something so big, so heavy? They took it to Mardi Gras and wore it for 10 minutes. And then they were like, we hate it. We're not wearing it.
Yeah.
That's the face that he is making.
Yeah, I guess house is not the right description. It's more, it looks like a Transylvania type castle, and it's all black, and he was wearing it on his head, and whatever.
He looks sad. Yeah, he does look sad.
It's a way to get attention.
I mean, that's a
People
whole
talk about you.
fucking place set on his head.
It is, yeah. It doesn't look like it'd be comfortable. I don't know what that thing's made out of, but
When you decide halfway through your event that you don't like this house on your head,
Right.
but you just have to keep wearing it because you've already committed.
yeah.
I mean, look, it's
Did
on,
he sit in the audience with it on?
it's on you. You went to the award show with a house on your head.
Yeah.
Nobody in your camp told you this might not be the best idea.
Carla said, how many hostages does Hollywood have? Yeah, it's a good question. It does feel that way sometimes. Honestly, there's been many a time I'm like, thank God I don't have to, live in that kind of world.
Weird and creepy.
Yeah, no, it is kind of weird and creepy. And we were even just talking about just dealing with fame at that level. It's an odd thing. And, Heidi, one of our great KVJ Nationers, she had asked me, as we were talking about Tom Brady, he was at his daughter's volleyball tournament in North Miami over the weekend, and several people have texted in. They saw him, and, of course, people are ogling, taking photos of him, but some people, including some of the younger girls, were asking for a photo, and he was denying everybody. One person was upset about it. Most people seem to get it. But somebody had asked me about that. Heidi actually is the one. She said, well, what would you have done? I said, well, I would have taken the photo, but I'm not Tom Brady. I don't have a situation where if I go somewhere in public and I take one photo that now all of a sudden there's going to be a line of 400 people wanting the photo.
A few people might notice that you're taking photos, but then they'll go, who the hell is that?
Right. And they
somebody
might take
say, that's Kevin from the KVJ show. And they'll be like, the what?
Yeah, right.
Who
Yeah,
the
so-
fuck are they?
That happened at the antique mall. This one lady was like, oh my gosh, can I get your picture? And all these other people were like, that's not a celebrity.
Right, yeah.
They were
so
looking.
It's fine, yeah. So we can take a photo, and it takes
Yeah,
1, 2,
it's
3
one.
tops, but it's not an all-day thing. It's not really be like, well, I got to go somewhere, but this is going to take 90 minutes, so we don't have
Nobody's
to deal with that.
bum rushing us.
There's nothing worse when someone goes, hey, this is Virginia, or this is Jaybird from the KVJ show, and that person goes, what? Who the fuck are they?
That's exactly what happened at the antique mall. This one old guy, his friends made him take a picture with me, but you could tell he didn't want to. They were like, "Don't you want a picture with her? Don't you want a picture?" And he was like, "I guess so. I don't even know who she is."
Again,
and I'm like, "Dude, I don't want to be in this either."
It's a hostage situation like Jaden Smith, where you're like, I guess I'll take a picture.
And I think maybe the biggest headline from last night's Grammy Awards, and I only say this just because I'm getting a ton of messages on it. A lot of people are sounding off. I think people feel the way I do about Beyonce winning Best Country Album, which, I can say it now here. That's bullshit. It really is. To me, it's very disrespectful to country. And Beyonce did a very creative album, and it's not any shade on it. In fact, you could give her Best Album, which she also got at the Grammy Awards. And that's fine. But Best Country Album, to me, especially when she beat out Post Malone, F1 Trillion, who his album is absolutely amazing. And when he jumped into country, his album is full of tracks with country stars.
He really
embraced
committed to country.
He did, and that's what they like. He has Blake Shelton and Tim McGraw, and he's got Chris Stapleton, and it's like, okay, no, I'm going to make an actual country album. Beyonce made an R&B album with a country flair, and that's fine. I'm all cool with that. But to not give it to a country artist, it really just sounds like country is so easy that anyone can walk in and dominate the field in a given year, because you guys don't have a lot of talent.
Now, this is the Grammys. Will you see them make this the punchline at the CMAs?
I don't know how they're going to handle it, because I think many country stars probably feel handcuffed today that if they speak out about this, that people will label them as racist, or they'll say it's sour grapes. And they can't say anything about it.
Even with me talking about Star Wars, and I say I just don't like it, I've had emails sent to me saying, "Jaybird, you're so sexist. This is a female-driven blah." I go, well, no, I love women. It's not against women. The script sucked.
You been loving any women lately?
Well, not today.
Nancy's not today, huh?
You didn't get no loving this morning before you left for work?
No loving to be had.
Nancy said when the artist herself says this is not a country album, it's a Beyonce album, how can they justify the qualification?
That's true. She did say that.
Yeah, and Chris is saying, look, Kev, I respect your opinion. I'm a diehard fan, but it's not R&B. There are a few elements that can be R&B, but it's not on this record at least. But it doesn't sound country to me. Like Post Malone sounds like a country album. Beyonce's, I heard it and I was like, it's gimmicky and it's cute and I like what she did, but I don't hear that and it doesn't sound country to me.
But to be quite honest, man, regular country doesn't sound country to me anymore. I feel like country, modern day country, sounds like a pop song with twang and a couple voices like this, and it's a fucking pop song.
A lot of it's very poppy these days, with maybe some steel guitar and a banjo thrown in.
And I'm talking about top 40 country. I'm not talking about, because I know there's country artists out there still keeping it country style.
Yeah. Anna said, as a black woman who loves country music, it's not country music. If she wanted to pay homage to the culture, she should have put some country on the said album. Now, I think maybe she did have something, I think with Beyonce, or not Beyonce, Beyonce did something with Dolly Parton possibly. I think she did embrace some country artists. I mean, there was part of it. And I think, honestly, I think it's been great for country. Look, I think the album Cowboy Carter has been really good for country, and I think it opens it up to different sounds and all that. It's just it winning the Grammy for Best Country Album. I thought the album was genius. I thought it was good. I thought it sounded great. I just don't think that it should have won the Grammy.
And also, too, this is going to get a lot of talk. This is going to buzz.
It's a shame, though, if the Grammys did that for buzz, because you kill the credibility of it. And if from my heart of heart, if I were a country artist, I'd be like, you know what? I don't care about the Grammys. To me, the Grammys means nothing to us. Let's just stick with our own, awards, because we have people that know country, like country, that are going to award it the right way.
Well, I think we ranted all day Friday about the Grammys and how we don't respect them anymore.
Yeah, and to me, they lost a lot of credibility with that move last night. Angela said, yeah, Lainey Wilson and Casey Musgraves were visibly pissed when Beyonce won. You could see it on their faces last night. Yeah, I just saw Beyonce surprised, and Beyonce seemed genuinely shocked that she did win it. So, look, I mean, she may not have had anything to do with the selection of it, so she's just along for the ride. So it's, no shade on her at all, just whoever's the Academy that picks it. In my opinion, I just don't think they made the right choice for that award. But there's been many times where I've radically disagreed with the Grammy and who it was given to.
All the Grammy voters aren't and maybe a small percentage of them are country. If you have a majority of voters that are more swayed, influenced by pop, and they're the ones voting.
It just felt like the person who awarded that Grammy Award didn't know anything about country.
Yes, that's probably the case.
Right. And to me, that's where if I were a country artist, be like, why don't you leave us out of it? Or get somebody that knows country? Because it's insulting when you're handing out country awards to people that don't really, you got people that have fully invested and understand the genre and are cranking it out. And the fan base of country is going to be like, yeah, I like Beyonce. She's great, but that's not the best country album.
Clicks make money, and we wouldn't take 20 minutes to talk about the best country song of the year.
You're right.
If there wasn't any kind of stirring and controversy,
then I hope
they know what they're doing.
I hope it kills their credibility. I hope the ratings are shit, and I hope that year in and year out, as they continue to do this, that less and less people continue to watch, and that they fall by the wayside, and nobody cares about a Grammy in 10 years because they're like, yeah, it became all hype and it wasn't any substance. So I hope that they get what they're wishing for if that was what they did. So that would make it awesome.
It's all wrestling.
It's theatrics. And then they announced, the Cowboy Carter tour.
Yeah. So it did play in. And look, Jay-Z being as influential as he is in the music industry, I'm sure a lot of it, there were some workings behind the scene to make it all come together. So, yeah, it's a great feather in Beyonce's cap. She continues to increase her lead for the most Grammy wins of all time. So she had a great night last night. Stassi, she said, my husband and I actually watched Upload last year. Wasn't that Jaybird talking about that?
Yes, with the shittiest review.
We really enjoyed it, and we would recommend watching it. It is a TV show taking place in a near future where people can upload their consciousness into a digital afterlife after they die, essentially living in a virtual reality world. They can keep in touch with their living friends and relatives via FaceTime and virtual reality suites. Living relatives must pay for the internet data so their uploaded family members may continue their existence in the virtual afterlife world. It's a pretty interesting concept, and the show comes with a touch of crime, romance, and comedy.
Yeah, and it's got a heart to it. It's one of those ones where you're laughing and it's goofy, and then the episode's over, and you go, damn, I'm thinking about some shit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Stays with you.
In a good way, though. It's kind of, it's low-key deep.
Mm-hmm.
But funny on top of it.
Yeah. Well, what I thought was interesting is there was actually a story that is out today in Live Science that says with today's technology, retrieving memories may be possible. Scientists must first identify the set of brain cells or neurons that encoded a specific memory in the brain and then activate those neurons to create a machine learning algorithm that mimics the way the brain works. But science is now working on this, where if somebody dies, you know how we put our best photos and videos on the cloud?
Yeah.
Whatever you have, your own memories in your brain, you in a sense would upload them to the cloud so that your loved ones would be able to view your memories and enjoy them. Now, I think you might see a sticking point with that because some of the memories I have, I don't know that I want those necessarily uploaded just for anybody I don't know to watch.
Could you imagine your most embarrassing moment uploaded?
I could not even imagine how that would be.
I would like the moment when you pooed yourself at the gym doing squats.
Yeah,
Can you
imagine that's
upload
what
that
it
for
is.
me to
That
watch?
goes viral across the world.
Yeah.
I need that.
And I'm not here to defend myself, and everybody's just getting a laugh at my expense going through all of my worst of memories.
The brown squatter.
Yeah, because those always seem to be the ones that stick. The really good stuff sometimes I forget. But yeah, crapping myself on the leg press machine.
The bad does tend to stand out more.
At World of Fitness, yeah, I got that one locked in.
World of Fitness.
Yeah.
Did they close?
They did.
Did they close because of you?
Yeah, I probably. Somebody probably said, yeah, I don't know. There's shit all over your machines. It's crazy.
Did you say you're wearing white pants?
White pants.
Oh boy.
White pants. Yeah, it's crazy. It was the last time I ever set foot in that gym. I never went back after that.
That poor cleaning team.
Oh, I know. Angela said, I was listening to the ATS on Friday, and I heard you mention wanting a slushy machine. Just to let you know, they already exist, and they are fabulous. I have one of my own. You can make them with or without alcohol. They're great for parties. They can be bought locally at Kohl's and Walmart or online in 2 different sizes.
Wow.
And, go figure, Ninja makes it. Ninja does really good stuff. Buddy of mine, Pastor Sean, is over at his house on Friday, and he has a Ninja pizza oven.
Wow.
And you can crank it and make an awesome tasting pizza in like 3 minutes.
Ninja's great.
Were you with Pastor Sean because you didn't do well with your Bible stuff last week on the air?
Yeah, I was having to get a little, be like, hey, dog, I totally blew it last week on the show. You got to give me a little upgrade here.
You caught some Jesus heat.
Yeah,
They do. They come at you, man.
He heard you. He was like, hey, man, what
come
are you doing
at
on
you.
the air?
Yeah.
He called him over. He's like, Kevin, you need to come over here
He's like,
because
we need to talk.
I heard what you did on the show.
And I do forgive you, brother, but it was embarrassing.
I know. I hear you.
You have to come over and do some penance.
Yeah. One of those memories I'd like to delete.
You had to do Bible exercises.
Yeah. Let me see. Got Chuck in Albuquerque. He said, hey, KVJ, I use on a daily basis an app for the iPhone called White Noise Pro. It's free. There's a pay version, but I've never paid anything, and it has a separate app that is the store, but the additional sounds are free to use. Tons of fun sounds, even UFOs and haunted houses, mostly rain and wind, but many choices. And it's free on the Apple App Store.
A haunted house would be pretty cool to go to sleep to.
No way. I would not vibe that.
That's almost as bad as the zombie one.
That's terrible. That's a terrible
People
idea.
are weird, and people who make dreamscapes are even weirder.
You need something like not frightening.
Mm-hmm.
Although some people do go to bed to calamity, there's one, it's 10 hours of New York City with sirens, people yelling. You hear the elements of outside as if your window is open in Brooklyn, and they made a 10-hour video for
that's
that.
the worst.
Sirens, no.
I can't imagine. That was one of the things that made me go crazy. That's one of the reasons why I had to get out of Manhattan when I lived there, because my roommates, they had rooms that had doors. I was sleeping on a futon in the living room, and they would crank the windows open. And at night, the sirens go whoop, whoop. They don't fully like crank them in that part because I guess they don't want to wake everybody up. But you'd still hear the whole night just whoop, 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 and noise.
That's so funny. You lived in a not private space. I lived in a kitchen. I lived in somebody's walk-through kitchen.
Yeah, as Vanilla Ice says, you get in where you fit in.
We did.
And
Not a private room.
And I was shocked to read all the comments, and it goes, oh my gosh, I feel so at home right now. This relaxes me.
Yeah.
People they could jive with it.
Maybe it's what you grew up with.
Yes.
right. So I couldn't even imagine being that. In fact, that's what kept me awake when I lived in New York. It was maddening. I slept probably 30 minutes every night. Got a nice little email from Catherine. She said on January 30th, you gave a little shout out, Virginia, to PDQ. After the original founders of Outback sold the company, they all had different ventures, and they then came back together to start PDQ.
PDQ is delicious, y'all. If you haven't had it, I highly recommend PDQ.
I'm not going to lie, some of the best sauces or dressings, and there's one, I don't know the name of it. It is next level. Kick your dick in the dirt. Delicious.
It's a creative menu. Yes, they have a drive-through, but it's not your typical fast food drive-through experience. It's elevated, baby.
You could dip buttons in this sauce and just eat buttons.
But
And it
you
would be
shouldn't eat
You
buttons.
don't. But I'm saying-
Please don't eat buttons. It's a choking hazard.
Yeah, she said that you'll notice a lot of similarities between the two, like the ranch and the honey mustard.
Oh, like the Outback same.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's fascinating.
I might have to get some Outback fries today, y'all.
They're good. They do good stuff. It's one of those places that I love, and I should go more often than I do.
Their bread's good. Their salad. They're all right.
Yeah, I know.
You've talked yourself into
a lot
it.
of great stuff.
I'm not getting paid by Outback.
Yeah, I have a hard time getting the queen in there, and that's why I don't go more often than
She doesn't like it.
I don't know. Yeah, she's
It's too generic for her.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? In fact, we drove by even a Chili's over the weekend. I'm like, I hear Chili's is blowing up on TikTok. You want to go? She's like, no, fuck Chili's.
Oh, why
like,
would she say that? We love Chili's.
I know. That's what I said too. I'm like, I freaking love Chili's. And we used to go all the time. Once upon a time, she loved Chili's. I'm like, I don't know what happened.
That's heartbreaking.
I know. So I thought too. And we used to go to Fridays all the time.
The Chili's queso is on point.
Right, yeah, 20 years ago, she loved all those kind of places, but it's probably been about that long since I've been to Outback because I don't know what happened. She just all of a sudden is.
That girl forgot her roots.
I know, and it drives me crazy because I love all those places.
If she said fuck Applebee's, that I get.
I get
She
that.
does say
get
fuck
that.
Applebee's.
Now, fuck Applebee's is a solid statement.
Chili's is really.
Because I troll her because I just threw it. I'm like, hey, it's Applebee's. Why don't we jump in there? And she's like, fuck that. I knew what she'd say. Yeah, I'm just trolling her. Yeah.
Applebee's is legit shitty.
Yeah.
It is, man.
But I was serious about Chili's. I'm like, come on, Chili's? And she's like, no, fuck that. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
that's what I
love
thought too.
Chili's.
So it rips my soul apart. It's so
They closed
disappointing.
the Chili's in Jupiter, and now every time I drive past it, I'm sad.
It's not there.
No, it's closed.
When did that go out?
The one right across from Harborside, it just closed like in the past couple months. And it broke my heart.
Oh my gosh, so many memories of that place. So many.
I know.
Yeah.
I think it was because the bridge. They had been doing that bridge construction for so long that it just some of those places weren't sustainable without the traffic driving by every day. That bridge broke Chili's.
It doesn't take much.
It doesn't.
Yeah, could be.
People like your wife that say fuck Chili's.
I just,
They need all the help they can get. They don't need no broken ass bridge.
I know, I just don't get it.
Got people out here saying fuck Chili's.
That would totally break the enthusiasm. Man, let's go to fuck Chili's.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was. It just killed my enthusiasm. I was
Kevin
ready
felt
to go.
so low.
I did. I was ready. Yeah, she said my dad was a proprietor for Outback for 25 years and then ran the PDQ on Okeechobee Boulevard.
Oh,
My
wow.
Mom used to love to see Panda come in from time to time. And
Oh,
we
yeah.
know, and we know Virginia loved the Thanksgiving turkey sandwich.
I did. It was Thanksgiving in a cup, but on a sandwich. It had everything. It had the mashed potatoes. It had the cranberry. It had the turkey.
Right.
By the
It had
way,
the stuffing.
mashed potatoes on a sandwich is kind of a move people should do more often.
It was yummy.
Yeah. And she said my fiance is a manager now at the West Palm location. Okay. There you go.
So getting out back.
You just made yourself so hungry.
And hard. And I also might get some Chili's too.
You could literally go fuck Chili's right now. You're hard.
I'm gonna fuck up some Chili's.
And Travis sent an email, said, thank you, Virginia, for coming into my store, True Treasures. It was great seeing you.
I was out antique hunting this weekend. So, yes, I hit up both the True Treasures locations in the Palm Beaches.
That's from this weekend?
yeah.
Okay.
That was Saturday morning.
You look super young in that picture.
Well, thank you. Tell me more.
You do. I thought that was an old ass wild 95.5 picture.
Yes, Daddy. Is that face work? Is the
Yeah.
facelift working?
I guess it is.
Wow. It's a ringing endorsement for my meat nugget removal.
Yeah, it is.
You are not C. Thomas Jowls.
I hunted high and low I'm looking for a piece to make like this bar in my house. And I've been looking everywhere. The last place I went to yesterday, I finally found the perfect piece, an actual bar.
Why the
Okay.
fuck? What didn't you ask me about that? I could have helped you with that.
I know what I want. I just had to get out there in the wild and find it.
What
I'm
kind
gonna
of
make a
piece?
video. So I've been looking for something I can put against this wall, and I want it to be a bar. I want illumination in it. I want it to be a whole thing, this whole entire wall to make a bar. And finally, yesterday at like 5 p, I found it.
I'm telling you right now, lighting up shit takes it to the next level. You
It
could
really
take
does.
an onion and put lights underneath an onion. That fucking onion is cool.
It makes it look so professional and so legit. So yes, there will be illumination added to this bar.
But be careful with the lighting. It's highly addicting. You're going to end up buying so many fucking lights.
Brandon in West Palm Beach said on the ATS the other day, Kevin was talking shit about mukbangs. Well, I just thought I would let you know that the KVJ Mukbang with Bird, Denny's, and Suits is one of my favorite videos to watch while I'm eating.
Okay.
It was
one in the future.
It was a very weird. We did 2 of them, and half of the feedback I got was terrible.
Okay.
The other half was so supportive.
Yeah, it's a weird polarizing thing. It's
It
just
is.
watching people eat.
But if you don't like it, maybe don't watch it.
Well, that's
Yeah, that's
The
it.
time it takes to write a comment about how it's so shitty, just keep it moving.
I love when people go, Bird, this has really jumped the shark.
But then
This
they
is-
write like a whole paragraph about how like shitty you are, about how shitty your family is,
It's like, dude,
about how your
just-
taste in food sucks.
Just turn it off.
I'm not holding a gun to your head. I'm not Kanye with Bianca. You can keep it moving.
But that was one where it's like, this is the fucking worst content, dumb.
You
or,
suck.
Bird, I love it. Do it again. I'm like, I don't know what to do, guys.
You just do you. How about
Yeah,
that?
I think that's the
If it
move.
makes you happy to do a mukbang, then muck it up.
Well, I do think there's mukbangs that are done right, and then you can
Yes.
be gross. People do not like eating in the microphone. Anytime we eat in the microphone, we get so much shit. So I get it. But you can show off the food and have good conversation around it.
Yeah.
I just get so excited when we get food in here and like people bring us yummy stuff and it's hot. I don't know, I lose myself.
Oh, I've heard other shows. They're way worse. We're not great, but there's other.
We're not great,
Yeah.
but we're not the worst.
We're definitely not the worst.
You just don't want to be the worst.
Yeah.
People were curious now that we're out of dry January. I know you're waiting until you healed. Are you having cocktails yet, Virginia? Are you still on the wagon?
I'm still on the wagon. I'm not happy about it, but I'm not healed. I'm still struggling with just my left side. The right side, she looks good.
Okay.
Left side, luckily I have hair that hangs down and kind of covers it because it's still a little puffy where I fell. It's my fault. I fully own it.
Okay. So this has been, what, 4, 5, 6, how many weeks now? Has
So,
this
like,
been?
My party.
This is, I got the surgery on the 20th of December. I hit my face on the 29th.
Okay.
When I was not healed. And I think I caused more trauma to this one little area than having a facelift caused. It's kind of fucked up when you think about it.
Well, dude, falling on your face is fucked. Take it from a falling on his face fuck.
This is how I fuck. I get down like this.
I
I've
know.
fallen on my face too.
When you fall on your face, especially if you don't know that you're going to fall on your face.
Oh, I did not see it coming. I tell you that I did not have that on my bingo card, as the kids say.
I banged my head about 10 days ago, and I can still feel it on my scalp. It is rough, man.
It is tough when you hit your face, man. I don't know how Evelyn is back at work today. She took so many hits to the face in that boxing match on Saturday night. And then she's just doing the traffic like it's nothing.
When's the
No
last
big
time?
deal.
When's the last time you've been punched, Kevin?
I am a pussy when it comes to face hits.
Probably college. I don't think it's been any time that I remember, any time recent.
And not stunt for the show. A
Yeah.
legit, yeah. a
Yeah, I think
real
legit punch was back when I was in college.
That's good.
So
It's good.
That's good.
You've aged out of fist fighting,
it'd
I
probably
think.
kill me now.
If you were to go a couple months ago,
We shouldn't be fist fighting at our age.
No.
if I tried to throw a punch, my arm would break off as I'm
And just
trying to punch.
shatter.
It would turn to
Turn
dust.
to dust, a million pieces.
Right. I think so as well. I got an email here from Cassandra. She said a couple of weeks ago, my sidekick, soulmate, love my life, my dog Mojito, 15 years, passed away.
Aw, Mojito.
Yeah, it's a great dog name, too.
That is a great dog name.
Yeah, there's a Mojito with her bebe.
Aw, sweet baby.
Sorry to hear that, yeah. Dogs are everything, man. So.
It is. It's rough. It's a tough loss. I'm sorry to hear that.
She said, just want to thank you guys for keeping me company and making me laugh through the depths of postpartum, new motherhood, and the grief of losing Mojito. That's a
Oh my
lot to
gosh.
deal with. That is a lot.
Prayers for Mojito.
Yep. And Pam said 2 years ago, my 2 Belgian Malinois dogs, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, probably not. I've seen these dogs before. They're some ass-kicking dogs.
Oh yeah, he looks like he could get somebody's ass.
Yeah.
Real quick.
I saw
Set
one,
him loose.
Oh my gosh, I saw one going through. They use them. I think it was maybe the military that had it. This thing was scaling walls. It was running up walls like 30 feet high. I'm like, what the hell, man? This thing's like a super dog.
Damn, doggy.
Yeah, they're pretty impressive. She said 2 years ago, my 2 Belgian Malinois dogs had a litter of puppies. All 7 puppies were rehomed to amazing families. Before each family adopted a puppy, we had them agree to let us know if something happened where they could not keep the dog, and we would help rehome rather than the dog being put in a shelter. Unfortunately, our baby Axel is in a home where one of the small children have developed allergies to him, and he cannot stay.
Aww.
Yeah, he needs love, family, attention, somebody that can keep up with his energy. Like I saw, I think you need to be an active person. But if you are an active person, they're those kind of dogs, like you can't throw anything at them that they will not do. So if you're one of those people, it's like, let's throw everything in the Jeep and go here or go mountain climbing, or that dog will be right by your side.
You can see it in his snout. And
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
dog wants to run.
Yeah.
He's
wants-
got the spirit.
But it wants to be loved.
Yeah. So there you go. So if you would like this doggy, let me know, and I'll put you in contact with Pam, who also is a wine and spirits distributor. She said, let's talk about the bar in the studio. Help to stock it.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yes.
Let's do it.
That new studio is coming along, and you can bet we're going to make sure we have a nice bar in there.
Yep. Let's do it. Yeah, Yasik said, yeah, that dog, that's the one that's in John Wick with Halle Berry.
Oh, a badass dog.
They are.
Is that the one, the dog he killed?
No, that was, I think he had just a little beagle. That was the
Got it,
one that
okay.
John Wick loved in the first one. Yeah, that died. And then I think he had another dog, but yeah, I think they're featured in there. Yeah, they're one of the biggest kick-ass dogs you can get. So, yeah, let us know. You can send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com, and we will pass it on. All right, y'all. Thank you for making it in here on Monday. Got 4 more to go. Can't wait. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.